On the 9th of January 2009, it was late afternoon, we got a call that there was a yacht stranded at Spithead Channel on the north side of Green Island that leads into Green Island, a narrow channel, one that should be avoided at all costs most of the time, and that they were seeking assistance to try and get off. We made contact with them, and they did in fact retain us to immediately respond and come out and see what we could do to get them off. We quickly dispatched two of our smaller boats, and as soon as they got going, we mobilized the tug. Once our chase boats got there, they got back to us and gave us the details about the boat. And it turned out to be an 82-foot Swan, brand new, 6 months old, on its first voyage from Finland, where it was built, to Antigua. They spent some time, I think it was a week or so, in English Harbour, and then went up to Green Island, just a little bit to the east, and spent a few days there. And then they decided to go to Barbuda, but instead of going through the south entrance to Nonsuch Bay, they decided to go through Spithead Channel, which is a very difficult channel to navigate at the best of times. And they ended up on the reef there, quite well up, I'd say 100-150 feet well up into the reef, and it was a choppy day, and it was taking a bit of a beating. Like I said, it was only 6 months old, and the owner was on board, and I think they had 2 or 3 other people on board, and the captain and the mate were a very young fella in his 20s and his lady friend. And it surprised me that such a young couple were put in charge of this vessel. Anyway, it turned out to be high value. I think it was 8 million US for it. And by the time we got there in the wee hours of the following morning in the tent with the tug, we had the smaller boats already put out kedging anchors and tried to stabilize it. We managed to transfer a rope to it, and we had our people on board already. There were no leaks, and we had a very long tow rope because we couldn't get into the channel with the tug. We had to stay on the eastern side of the windward reef, and with gentle pressure, it took us about 4 or 5 hours, we managed to get it out. Now remember, this boat had an 11-foot draft, and the majority of that keel had worked its way into the reef as it got blown inwards. So you can't put too much pressure on these boats. The next thing, it'll pop the keel off, and no use to anyone. So a little bit above idle speed, and we just maneuvered left and right, and with following directions of our people on board how to avoid the shallower areas and the heads, we eventually got it off, got it to the channel, and then we took it to Falmouth Harbour Marina and had it lifted out at the Catamaran Marina. It had sustained a fair amount of damage, but it was assessed to be structurally sound, and it was repaired there over the next year, and was once again launched and put back to sea.